Hi, my losers. Today we're gonna be reading like, not Robin, oh my god, a Vance ex-male listener story that I wrote, and we're listening to, beautiful, songs from Heather's the Musical, so we'll do that, and I'll try to read it as best as I can. You might hear my necklace moving around because it's just in the way, so I'm gonna try and hold it and stuff, but I don't want it to like cause peaks in the recording. Oops, sorry, that was against my desk. I'm kind of getting over a little cold, I think. I'm not, I don't really get sick, but you know. Alright, I wrote this. I'm just not good at reading, and I have a stutter when I read, so I'm sorry if I stutter too much or a lot, but there are speaking parts for you guys, for the listener, but I'll just read those, and then you guys will hopefully know that you guys are the ones saying it, sort of. So I'm trying to not laugh a lot. Okay, let's go. You and Vance had been, oh my god, I'm sorry. You and Vance Hopper had been inseparable ever since you met on the first day of high school. At 15, you both were navigating the complexities of adolescence, and your family was a steady anchor in the stormy seas of his teenage life. And what? No, I read that wrong. I'm gonna reread that last sentence, because I read family instead of friendships, and it's not. Oh, fuck, I suck at reading. I'm sorry. At 15, you both were navigating the complexities of adolescence, and your friendship was a steady anchor in the stormy seas of teenage life. Vance was a lively, outgoing boy with a mop of unruly blonde hair and a penchant for getting into trouble. You were more reserved, preferring the quiet comfort of a book or a quiet conversation. Yet, despite your differences, you clicked instantly. Vance had admired your calm demeanor and sharp wit, while you found his energy and humor infectious. One afternoon, you found yourself at the local arcade, a place Vance adored. The flashing lights and constant noise were overwhelming to you, but you went along because you enjoyed watching Vance play pinball. He was a wizard at it, his eyes narrowing in concentration as his hands deftly manipulated the flippers. "Watch this," he said, grinning at you as he started a new game. You lean against the machine, watching the balls shoot up and bounce around, ranking up points. Vance's enthusiasm was contagious, and you couldn't help but smile. A few days later, a different kind of excitement took over your life. You were walking home from school when a group of older kids started hassling you. They towered... I can't read, I'm sorry. When a group of older kids started hassling you, they towered... I'm trying to make sure that this isn't too loud in the background, but I don't want it to be too quiet, I'm sorry. Where was I reading? Hold on. They towered over you, their sneers making your heart race. Just as things were about to get ugly, Vance appeared out of nowhere, stepping between you and the bullies. "Back off," he growled, his usual playful demeanor gone. The bullies hesitated for a moment before deciding it wasn't worth the trouble. They left, and Vance turned to you, his expression softening. "You okay?" he asked. Concern etched on his face. You nodded, grateful beyond words. To cheer you up, Vance brought you ice cream from a nearby shop. The two of you sat on a bench, the sweet treat melting in the summer heat. He chatted away, trying to make you laugh, and you appreciated his efforts more than he knew. As weeks turned into months, your hangout sessions became a routine. There were trips to the movies, late-night talks under the stars, and endless laughter. Vance was always there, a constant in your life. You noticed how he seemed to be more nervous around you lately, how his laughter sometimes sounded forced, but you didn't press him about it. One evening, you were sitting on his porch, sharing stories and jokes. Vance was laughing so hard at one of your quips that he nearly fell off the step. His laughter was infectious, and you found yourself laughing too. The sound echoing in the warm night light. Man, Vance said, catching his breath, this is why I love you. The words slipped out before he could stop them, and his face turned a deep shade of red. He looked at you, panic in his eyes, as if he had just ruined everything. You stared back at him, the words hanging between you like a fragile thread. Oh shit, I scrolled. I'm sorry. For a moment, the world seemed to stop. The night air grew still. Oh wait, dude, stop that. The night air grew still, and the only sound was the distant chirping of crickets. Vance's eyes widened in shock. His cheeks flushed a crimson. He opened his mouth, words tumbling out in a frantic rush. As a friend, you're just really great. And Vance's words trailed off, his gaze darting around nervously as if searching for an escape. He rubbed the back of his neck, a nervous habit you have noticed before, and he avoided making eye contact. I mean, seriously, you're my best friend. Listen, you're my best friend. Of course I love hanging out with you and stuff. Like, it's just natural, right? His voice wavered, and he let out a forced laugh. Oh my god, I can't read. I'm sorry. Trying desperately to cover his slip. You watched him, your heart pounding in your chest. The look of adoration and affection in his eyes was unmistakable, despite his attempts to backpedal. It was a look you had seen countless times, but never truly acknowledged it until now. His vulnerability was laid bare, and you could see the fear of rejection lurking behind his awkward smiles. Vance, you said softly, trying to catch his gaze. He looked at you, panic still flickering his eyes. I just... He sighed, his shoulders slumping in defeat. I don't want to mess this up. You're too important to me. Your heart swelled with emotion. The raw honesty in his voice, the way he was stumbling over his words, it all made you realize just how much he meant to you. Gathering your courage, you leaned in, closing the distance between you. Vance, you whispered. And before he could say anything else, you pressed your lips to his. The kiss was soft and tentative, yet it felt like the most natural thing in the world. Your heart raced as you felt the warmth of his lips against yours, the slight tremor of his breath. It was a delicate moment, fragile and beautiful, and you poured all your unspoken feelings into it. Vance froze for a split second, and then you felt him relax, his lips responding to yours. The kiss was sweet, tinged with the lingering taste of the ice cream you had shared earlier. It was a kiss filled with all the words you both had been too afraid to say, a silent confession that spoke volumes. When you finally pulled back, your foreheads rested against each other. You could feel his breath, quick and shallow, mingling with yours. Your heart was racing, but it was a different kind of nervousness now, one filled with hope and possibility. I know what you meant, Vance, you said softly, your voice steady despite the whirlwind of emotions inside you. And I feel the same way. Vance's eyes... I just got a car out. I'm sorry. Vance's eyes widened again, but this time with a different kind of surprise. His face turning into a deeper shade of red, and he looked down, a bashful smile tugging at his lips. He was super embarrassed and awkward. He shifted nervously as he tried to process what had just happened. But beneath all that, there was giddiness, a happiness that he couldn't contain. You do? He stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. You nodded, your forehead still pressed against his. Yeah, I do. For a moment, neither of you spoke. The silence filled with a newfound understanding. Vance's awkwardness melted away, replaced by a joy that radiated from him. He let out a breathless laugh, shaking his head in disbelief. This is... wow, he said, his eyes shining. I hoped, but... You smiled, your own heart feeling lighter than it had in a long time. Me too. Vance looked at you, his gaze filled with a mix of relief, affection, and happiness. He took a deep breath, his usual confidence returning. So what now? You shrugged, a playful glint in your eye. How about we just enjoy this moment? He grinned, nodding in agreement. Yeah, that sounds perfect. And as you sat there, the night wrapping around you like a comforting blanket, you knew that whatever came next, you would face it together. The uncertainty of the future seemed less daunting with Vance by your side, and the bond you shared felt stronger than ever. Okay, so that's the end. Woo! And you guys totally live happily ever after. I did pick to listen to Heather's from like the musical, even though oh gosh, we only really got through, this is like the middle of the second song, Candy Store. I didn't know what song or like what artist to put in the background of this, because I was trying to find one, and then I was like, oh, it's too hard to pick because Vance has so many vibes, and it's just like, you know, and this one's kind of not like 100% Vance's personality, but it's if he was like, if you guys knew each other for like a long time. And I did sort of age them up a little bit because he's in middle school, but in this one he's in high school and you guys are just in your freshman year. So I hear my sisters out there and I'm scared that they're gonna come in here. But yeah, that's it really. I love you, my losers, and I hope you guys all have great days. I am planning on posting a Finny X-Mail listener in not that long actually, and it's kind of gonna be, I did film this one because I've had this one written for a long time, but I will get that one, the Finny one, recorded, edited, well, put together, and then posted as I work on putting this one up. Yeah. And I'm feeling a lot better than I was in the past couple weeks because a lot of things have happened, and then it kind of got bad, and then school just sucks, and I'm kind of behind on my schoolwork, but that's alright. Whatever. So I'm working on that too. And I was talking to my parents, and I might just be homeschooled from now on, which is, well, I've started rambling. Never mind. But, it's good. So, bye guys. I shall see you in the next video, and I hope you all have great evenings. See you when I post again. Bye.